We all know that the desert is an area with little to no vegetation and limited precipitation. However, a subterranean ocean that contains a fifth of the world's freshwater resources exists beneath the greatest desert in China. Okay, we're going to discuss about the Tacoma Cotton Desert, the biggest desert in China, which is located in Xinjiang. Why is an ocean concealed beneath a never-ending desert? Furthermore, China has not yet made use of the priceless freshwater resources found under the desert. What makes it okay? We will start out by talking about all of that and more. Why does the Darien Desert have a lot of freshwater resources? In actuality, this location was a sea region in antiquity. Before we continue, subscribe to Chin News to watch about all the secret projects, one of the first. So, let's begin. After many years of geological history, the land rose, the ocean withdrew, and eventually it slowly dried up and turned into the arid desert it is today. The Tacoma Can Desert is surrounded by mountains, and the water from the mountains will ultimately converge in the desert, whereas the Darien Basin is an internal drainage basin. The ocean was located in the center of what was essentially a sizable, confined intermountain basin in the beginning. The Darien Basin also has 144 rivers that flow throughout the year. The entire yearly runoff is approximately 39.2 billion cubic meters, and they are made up of ice and snow melt water from the nearby mountains. About 190 million cubic meters of groundwater from among them drained into the desert, leaving behind 150 million cubic meters of water after accounting for time. Dependent evaporation in the subsurface ocean gradually took shape under the desert. So why hasn't China taken use of it yet? Actually, it is mostly due to environmental concerns. The subterranean sea's water levels are likewise connected. Once tapped, the desert's whole subsurface water table will plummet, resulting in the collapse of major portions of the desert. The vast freshwater reserves found beneath the Darien Desert turned out to be a thrill for nothing. So how does China deal with the issue of the vast disparity in domestic water resource distribution? Exist any additional locations in China where water resources could be used? Let's resolve this now, okay? Many individuals might believe that earthquakes and tsunamis are the main causes of fatalities. However, due to China's geographical setting, floods and droughts are the natural catastrophes that happen most frequently and result in the most fatalities. Water resources are highly unevenly distributed. China's southern regions have the majority of its water resources, whereas the north has a dearth of it. Every year, there are floods in the south, while there are severe droughts every year in the north. Beijing, Tianjin, Hubei, and other industrially advanced cities are the most thirsty regions in China in terms of water use per person. Internationally, the extreme water scarcity limit is 500 per capita. However, in this country, it is less than 150. In so many provinces and municipalities, there is a significant lack of water, which has severely impeded China's economic growth. China needs a project that can address these issues immediately. So in 2002, the South to North Water Diversion was scheduled. China began a huge project with an estimated $500 billion in investment. This project is anticipated to take at least 40 years to complete. While this water diversion from south to north is intended to address the northern Chinese people's water problem, it has cost $250 billion so far and taken 20 years to complete. It hasn't been finished, though. Despite this, even before it is finished, the project has already provided hundreds of millions of people with clean water. In actuality, it is quite challenging to construct a waterway that is longer than 1,000 kilometers. Let's now examine this significant initiative in further depth. First, let's discuss the Eastern Line project. It is a line that the water goes to high areas. To put it succinctly, the finish of this 1785-kilometer route is more than 40 meters higher than the beginning. The water must thus flow to a high position. To transport these priceless freshwater resources to northern China, 160 enormous water pumps were constructed in 13 stages along the way. However, there is only one pump station in the Central Line project, and all the water will be sent 1,432 kilometers away. How is it even doable? This is inextricably linked to a large dam. Genko Dam, the dam, although it may not be as well known as the Three Gorges Dam, its importance is in no way less than that of the Three Gorges. The dam, Genko Dam, was raised to a height of 176.6 meters in 2012, bringing the water level there to 170 meters. Compared to Beijing's finish point, its final water level is more than 100 meters higher. The water may so go all the way north to Beijing without the use of any additional pumps. The inability to use the current canal is the largest issue with such autonomous water transportation based on water level difference. In other words, it's necessary to rebuild more than 1,400 kilometers of canals. The Chinese have performed innumerable miracles as part of this massive mission to transform the globe. For instance, a 16.4 meter inner diameter, 50.5 meter deep underpass tunnel was created to cross the Yellow River. It can accommodate a 16-story skyscraper, and the shield machine has been drilling there for more than 500 days. The south to north water diversion is only partially completed by these amazing undertakings. In actuality, the water quality has grown to be an important factor in the transfer of drinking water. To guarantee that the water's excellent purity is maintained even after traveling more than 1,400 kilometers, nearly every high-polluting business near the water supply has been shut down. There are now more than 100 sewage treatment plants, and 100 waste treatment plants, and 100 waste treatment plants. Additionally, more than 340,000 locals who have lived in the area for generations must migrate to other regions of the nation due to the rising in the water level of the Danke Reservoir. In actuality, these locals started to leave as early as 1958. In a Hunan hamlet, this year also marks the beginning of the South to North Water Diversion Project. A monument made up of 56 stone tablets documents the process of that era's population movement. On it are the names of around 165,400 locals. Their forefathers used to reside in these 10 places, which served as their hometowns. The water diversion project, however, has destroyed their hometowns. These folks now have a place to remember even if their ancestral land has sunk to the river thanks to historical monument. The monument's names will live on in memory. How is the South to North Water Diversion Project doing right now? Everything is going well, at least based on what has been accomplished thus far. Because of the Western Line's incredibly high construction difficulties, no work has yet begun on it. It is currently in the planning stages. The Eastern Line and the Central Line are both operating steadily in addition. The Eastern Line project's first phase, which can draw up to 8.8 billion cubic meters of water annually, was formally inaugurated on November 15, 2013. The Central Line project was formally launched on December 12, 2014. More than 2,000 days and 30 billion cubic meters of water will have been transferred by 2020, helping hundreds of millions of people along the way. The metropolitan agglomerations surrounding Beijing now have 70 of their water demands met, and the locals can finally say goodbye to their bitter, alkaline water and enjoy the sweetness of clean water. That's all for today, thank you. I'll see you later. Click on these videos to watch about the other secret projects you didn't hear about.